Streaming on Facebook. Okay.
Good. Let's open up the webinar too then, and
Yeah,
we'll
might as well.
invite everyone to also share on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome, everybody. Great to have you with us. All right. I'm going to share this in the group too, so we can share on Facebook.
Perfect. We're live, so it's good. Sweet.
I think that worked. Yes, sir. All right. I'm trying to share it too. Okay. All right, guys, we are live. Welcome, everybody. Great to have you with us. We're also live on Facebook as well, and you can go to Biolimitless Life. That's the official Facebook page, and you can share this Facebook Live on your Facebook as well. And man, what an exciting call we already had this morning, Dr. Eric. The feedback we got from today's call was just through the roof. So tonight we're translating live in Vietnamese, Japanese, and Spanish also. So it's going to be a powerful call. Good to see you, brother.
Hey, good to be seen. What an amazing day we've had. So many people are so excited about what we've got going on. And I don't know what to say other than, man, the best is yet to come, but tonight's going to be fun, man. So all good.
I love it. I love it. Well, welcome everybody from all over the world. And again, it's great to have everybody here with us. We'll get started officially here in about 60 more seconds, but we are broadcasting live on Zoom with live translations right now in Japanese, Vietnamese, and Spanish. So it is now 10 a.m. over in Japan, which is the biggest market for the Biolimitless Direct launch. And I want to welcome all of our Japanese family to the call today. Great to have you guys with us. We're also broadcasting live on the official Biolimitless Facebook page. So if you go to Biolimitless Life on Facebook, just search Biolimitless Life. You'll see the Facebook page, and you can share that Facebook Live on your Facebook as well. So we get a lot of participation today. So, Dr. Eric, man, what an amazing event that we had in Las Vegas. I mean, the energy was through the roof, bro. When you were sharing the vision of Biolimitless, the Biolimitless Centers of Excellence that are expanding around the world. We're launching that project. And Dr. CJ, when he shared, Dr. Patrick Porter, of course, we had a lot of leaders there as well that were just sharing the vision. And bro, it was unbelievable, the energy in that room. You know, a lot of times at those events, the energy sort of fades out. This event, it was literally like, I mean, from one step to the next, all the way up to the end. It was incredible, dude.
It was incredible. And I'll tell you, the feedback that we got was so, I mean, it was so humbling. But I tell you what, we knew we knew how big of a deal it was going to be. You know, we had so many physicians and healthcare practitioners that were there from all over the planet. I mean, the doctors from North America and scientists were fired up and excited. I mean, I can't tell you how many European physicians and Japanese healthcare practitioners I spoke to. Everybody is so excited because they now understand there's a system out there that gives people back the health opportunities that they really need. And I don't know, man. There's a huge need in the world right now, and it's just so nice that we get to be part of the opportunity to fill that need, man. So I'm
Yeah, man.
humbled
And
and
look,
honored.
from the side of the peer-to-peer economy too. I mean, we had some of the biggest leaders in the industry there. They're blown away because there's this powerful synergy that's happening right now with market timing. People want to be a part of something important, right? They don't. It's not just about making money. Anymore. It's about being a part of a movement, something important. And what you're going to talk about today, the timing that we have right now when it comes to the peptide movement that's taking place right now all over the world. When you talk about the crowdfunding opportunity, when we talk about the opportunity to have real equity ownership of the
Yeah.
most disruptive clinic, biolimitless centers of excellence ever seen in the world, and for the community to be able to own that, to earn passive income from that. Gut health is my opinion, your opinion, I learned it from you, is probably the biggest epidemic that we have in the world today. It's the source of from mental health to so many issues that people are dealing with in their body. It comes back to the gut. And we're bringing solutions to the world that the world has never seen. So, from your side of the world and the medical and science arena to our side of the world in the peer to peer economy, and then all of that being wrapped into a decentralized platform and ecosystem on the blockchain through smart contracts, we get to be a part of something so special with Biolimitless. So, brother, just excited about the information today. I know we've got people just chomping at the bit. Many people are seeing this for the first time. And so it's going to be incredible, man. Thanks for being here today.
Well, I'm excited about it. And, Dr. CJ from the stage talked a lot about Paul Zane Pilsner, right? And the
Yeah.
wellness revolution. And he's a world famous economist who predicted so many, big hits in the economy that were going to be coming down the pipe. And his prediction that is getting ready to come true now because of what we're doing. He said that there's a $3 trillion a year industry in the health and wellness space, but only if it comes directly through a peer-to-peer opportunity. And man,
Yes.
how wild was that we heard that after we've been working on this so long. And I'm just excited. We've got all these amazing things going on. How about we jump into this presentation so I can share with the world what we got cooking? You ready?
Let's do it, bro. And
All right.
listen, let me set it up by quoting Paul Zane Pilsner again, because the other half of that wasn't just the peer to peer economy, but he said, whoever defines what the wellness industry is, that's the key to unlocking the whole deal. And what you're going to see today is really a redefinition, a more accurate definition that self-care is the new healthcare. And I believe that Biolimitless, if we were to define Biolimitless, that's exactly what we're doing. We're rewriting history. We're redefining what healthcare could and should be. So, Dr. Eric, we'll throw it to you, man. And I can't wait to get goosebumps
And
once again.
all right, let's do this. Let's get in this. Let me share my screen with everybody. Let's go here and here. Perfect. So first of all, just like we do every time we get together and speak, I've got a nice disclaimer for everyone. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. Biolimitless products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. If you are under medical supervision or any allergies, diseases, etc., and these products are not intended for the use for sale for people under the age of 18. We've got to have all the legalities crossed with everything we're doing. That's how big of a deal what it is that we've got going on. But what I want to talk about first, I want to talk about what it is that we're doing. Look, there are multiple systems right now that are operating in our world that have failed us and that are in the process of failing. Globally, many of you are watching right now from Japan and all over Asia. We've just seen what happened to the markets and the economy in the Japanese system. We've seen it happen in the US system. These systems that are supposedly too big to fail have really done nothing other than truly, unfortunately, fail us. And so we're exposing these broken systems, but we're also showing light on solutions that are out there. We're all very well aware of the shady wealth care system, right? A wealth care system that is landscape that is mirrored with lack of truth, trust, and transparency. We are all about truth, trust, and transparency. And then there's obviously a massive fractured healthcare system. What we are bringing together is the best of healthcare and the best of wealth care, putting it back into the hands of we the people where it truly, truly belongs. So let's get into this a little bit. We know the shady wealthcare system. Our current wealthcare system is undermined by ineffective checks and balances system that are truly profit centered, not really centered towards improving quality of life. That where big banks control everything. It's outdated institutions. The system has failed so many times that truly, this is the last time that it could happen. I just gave an example this morning on a call that we did. I had some patients of mine that had to go and have some dental work done on one of their children. And they went to their bank to get cash out to pay the dentist to fix the child's tooth. And the bank was reluctant. It took them almost 3 hours to get just a few $1,000s out of the bank to pay for their child's health care. That's how crazy it is. You can't even use your own money right now. And the system is just, it's limited. And we live in a completely limitless mindset. And then the fractured healthcare system, folks. I mean, this is something that's a massive, massive passion of mine. Look, we have a global healthcare crisis, and it's deepening every day. In fact, in recent years, we're seeing alarming trends in global healthcare stats that are emerging. We're seeing signals that are profound and urgent in a crisis standpoint. We're seeing fertility rates plummeting, chronic illness skyrocketing, autoimmune diseases are on the rise globally, and cancer rates continue to climb. These trends clearly illustrate that the current healthcare system has failed, and it's time to change that. Look, we're seeing drastic drops in fertility rates globally, and this is partly because of increased stress, lack of quality education, lack of true health care, and truly, we're seeing so many genetic problems that are coming up. We're seeing an increase in chronic illness because there's a system that's out there that's offering pills, potions, and lotions and surgeries for every problem that's out there. We're seeing people that are on the rise for cancers and autoimmune issues, and we're focusing on illness care and not focusing on true wellness care. Jeremy said it at the beginning of this. We've got to understand that self-care is the real healthcare. We need to have a system that is driven not just managing disease and managing symptoms, but going after the root cause of the problem. I had a conversation with doctors after the event that we did in Las Vegas, the launch, our soft launch for Biolimitless, and the conversation was really amazing because what we're seeing in the United States and in North America, doctors are seeing in Asia, they're seeing in Europe, they're seeing all over the world. They're seeing more people getting sick, and they're seeing less of a solution to get to the root cause of it. They're seeing more profit-driven over patient-driven services. They're seeing the domination of big medicine by big pharma and large hospitals, and they're seeing the over-politicalization of healthcare. Folks, I've testified in front of Congress here in the United States multiple times about the overreach in politics in healthcare. And we're seeing massive political influences and political agendas. Look, you guys know my story. During the pandemic, my offices, we saw over 11,000 patients, and nobody died. Nobody went to the hospital. We had great care and great services, and instead of the government's asking us what we did, they sued us for over $508 billion. And after a long, exhaustive lawsuit, spending 3.5 years battling that, we won that lawsuit, and now the United States government and other governments of the world are now partnering with us once they saw how positive our quote-unquote disruptive solutions really are. So we've got to get back to the basics of healthcare, getting back to the root cause, but that starts with one thing, and that's this. That's defining what healthcare really is. Self-care is the real healthcare. I need everybody, if you're on social media, go write that down in the chat right now. Self-care is the real healthcare. But the reality of it is if you don't know how to take care of yourself, how can you possibly have health and care? And the reality is that the systems that are set up to help us are unfortunately globally destroying us. They're broken. And folks, we've said this many times before. If a system seems too big to fail, what do? You create a new one that's more accessible, more convenient, that's more affordable, that gets better results. And that's exactly what we've done with Biolimitless. You have to understand that self-care should be the first understanding about yourself. You have to understand how your self works. You have to be able to do certain testing. I always say that we test, we don't guess. Physiology doesn't lie. And I will tell you that we can increase the quality of your health and the quality of your life if you understand that health is all about how your body functions, not just how you feel. Many of us, Many of us base our health off of how we look and how we feel. And the reality of it is that we can't do that. Looking good and feeling good is not the true definition of healthcare. How many of you know people that look good and felt good and dropped dead of a heart attack? How many of you watching right now know people that look good and felt good and left their doctor with a diagnosis, whether it's cancer or diabetes or some other problem? It's all about functionality. We must shift from symptom-based care to root cause physiology care. And that's what we're all about. One of the major differentiators that we've got here with Biolimitless is the understanding that health is all about balance. Balance of your physical, of your chemical, and your neuro-emotional well-being. I often am reminded that I learned about this triad of health, this triangle right here that's on this slide. I learned about that when I was going to school to become a doctor. This is actually in guidance physiology textbook, where as a physician, I learned that health is not just about looking good and feeling good. I learned that the definition of health is not just about having no symptoms. It's about having a balance of your physical, chemical, and emotional well-being. Well, if that's truly the case, my question to you is, why aren't your doctors checking you for these things? Did you know that you could have physical problems in your body that could be causing chemical imbalances? You could be having emotional stresses in your body that are causing physical pain. You could be having chemical imbalances like in your GI tract that's really the true root cause of depression, anxiety, and insomnia, causing emotional, mental imbalances. This is what health really is about. This truly shouldn't be a differentiator. This should be the status quo. This is really what healthcare really truly is. And through our systems in Biolimitless, whether you are an individual layperson at home watching this, or if you're a healthcare practitioner, we have developed systems and processes so that you can uncover your physical, chemical, and neuroemotional well-being, whether it's through the use of one of our Biolimitless centers of excellence, which I'll talk about shortly, or if it's through your own at-home journey to get yourself healthy. You must remember that physiology doesn't lie. We test, we don't guess. This is one of the most powerful differentiators that we have as Biolimitless. It's educating people, giving you the knowledge that you need so that you can apply that knowledge to your life. That's wisdom to get yourself healthy. One of the other major differentiators is this chart right here. And I want to spend a little time going over this chart with you, because I will tell you that if you can understand this symbol, this infinity symbol that's here, this will help you so much navigate your true health. So if you look at this chart, in the top left-hand side right here, it says organism. An organism is you, a human being. And if your body is out of balance, either physically, chemically, or neurologically, that then leads to symptoms. These symptoms that people get are often treated with drugs and pills and potions, lotions, and etc. But an organism is made up of organ systems. The organ systems in your body are things like your digestive system, your reproductive system, your immune system. Well, all those systems are made up of organs. All those organs, like your heart, your lungs, your bowels, your bladder, your skin, those organs are made up of tissues. And the standard medical world that you're used to looking at your health problems is measuring everything on the left side over here. They measure tissues, organs, organ systems, and they manage your symptoms and disease. We at Biolimitless are not interested in that. We understand that tissues are made up of cells. And we understand that the quality of your health is in direct proportion to the quality of the health of the cells in your body. So why aren't we measuring cells? Because if you have healthy cells, you have healthy tissue. If you have healthy tissue, you have healthy organs, a healthy organ system, and a healthy organism. That is the key. The key is cellular health. But your cells are told what to do by your chromosomes. Chromosomes are interwoven proteins with DNA that has telomeres at the very end of it. And the telomeres are what Ponce de Leon was looking for when they were looking for the true fountain of youth. And those chromosomes and telomeres tell the cells what to do. But they're told what to do by your bacterial DNA and your human DNA. Did you know that you actually have more bacterial cells and bacterial DNA in and on your body than you do human cells? For those of you that are germaphobes, you might just throw that out the window because we can't get rid of the bacteria. We're supposed to live symbiotically with it. And if the bacteria is out of balance, that could be one of the major reasons why your chromosomes aren't working, why your DNA is not signaling to your cells to function. And when the bacteria is out of balance, that could be the key to so many of your cells' problems in life. And your bacteria is told what to do by your human DNA, and so are your cells. So what we look at is we measure root cause, we measure cellular function, chromosomes and telomeres, we measure bacteria, and we measure human DNA, and we take action steps, lifestyle action steps to live your life based off of your DNA, to improve the quality and function of your bacteria, to make sure that the telomeres are lengthened so that your chromosomes can stay long and strong, so that your cells can be happy, healthy, and balanced, so that you can have healthy tissue, have healthy organs, have healthy organisms, and not be dealing with tons of symptoms and disease. When I explained this over the weekend when we were in Las Vegas, I had multiple doctors come up to me and ask me if they could have this slide, because this is the most common sense thing that they've heard in medicine from day one. So this is such a massive differentiator that we have in Biolimitless. Another major differentiator that we do, and this is a huge slide I wanted to show you because I teach this system and I have taught this system to doctors now for over the past decade. This is called the hierarchy of health. And by the way, we use advanced technologies and not just genetic profiling and testing, but we use AI and machine learning software so that we can understand how the human body truly works. I want you to imagine that there are 12 steps to a ladder here. There's 12 systems in the body that we discuss. And many people have problems within those systems. Let me give you an example. How many of you know people that have, muscle pain, back pain, neck pain, or inflammation, problems in system number 11 and system number 12? But did you know that a lot of those symptoms that you get of inflammation and of muscle problems and pain could be because there's problems in step 10 through 1? For example, did you know that if your bacteria DNA is out of balance, that could be one of the leading causes of inflammation and pain? Did you know that if you're not living your lifestyle for your DNA, that could be contributing to hormone imbalances and weight gain? I mean, this is such a simple system. Once you understand it, it'll tell you where your problems are at and what system you should start with. This is one of the most profound slides that I've shared. And mostly when the physicians see this, they said, this is exactly what we're looking for. And we've developed a system through our precision testing, our AI technology, our health questionnaires, all that stuff, so that we can help you understand what lifestyle changes you should be making to improve the quality and function of your health. How many of you in here have ever had a problem like pain or inflammation? And you started doing some things that you learned maybe on social media, or maybe a physician told you to do some things to help yourself, and you felt better temporarily, but your symptoms prolonged and it stayed that way. It's because you didn't treat the root cause of the problem. Biolimitless is all about giving people access to be able to get to the root cause of their problems and what they can do to their lifestyle to improve it. But you have to understand there's more to this than just fancy talk and fancy diagnostic stuff. Becoming Biolimitless is a system. It's a system and a process. What Biolimitless is not, we're not another Vita Vita Vegemin company. We're not another Me Too product company. We are a parallel ecosystem that is going to improve healthcare and wealth care. And people should have the freedom and opportunity to choose to participate in those systems globally if they want. So let's talk a little bit about becoming Biolimitless, because it is a very in-depth process. What I would like you all to have is I'd like you to have access to something that I created for this project. It's a tool. It's a book I wrote called Becoming Biolimitless. You can click on the QR code here or take a picture of it or go to becomingbiolimitless.com. It's about 20 plus chapters of information that explains more in depth about the problems that we have in our healthcare system today. It explains more in depth about what self-care really is and how self-care is the real healthcare. It gives you biohacks of action steps that you can take right now to start improving the quality of your life. And it is a step-by-step playbook to understanding how you can go from where you are to where you want to become in your journey of self-care, which is the real healthcare. So you can take control of your own health by discovering your limitless potential. This is a passion of mine, and this book has been an absolute game changer for folks that have read it already. So this is for you. So let's start talking a little bit more about self-care. I want to tell you that as a practicing functional medicine doctor and someone who has studied cellular health and genetics now for almost 25 years, that your DNA is the start of self-care. Think about vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and supplements. Those are all so important, and eating clean food are so important. But you've got to understand your blueprint. What if every man, woman, and child, when they were born, had a user's manual? What if they had a book about them that could tell them what they should do, how they should eat, how they should exercise? Well, we have the opportunity to do that. I'm going to tell you that every man, woman, and child on the planet should have what we call our Biolimitless DNA discovery kit. This is a genetic SNP profile that we can do that tells you about you. And if self-care is the real healthcare, and it is, you have to understand yourself first. If you don't understand how your body works, then you can't take the right action steps to improve it. This is the most powerful nutrigenomic test kit on the market. This is an 800,000 SNP test. We measure 800,000 genes. We measure 800,000 pieces of data. And out of that 800,000 piece of data, we have over 350 SNPs that we can take action on. We'll put this on our app. And by the way, when I showed the app in Las Vegas, the crowd went crazy. They saw all of the possibilities that you can learn about yourself, how we break down your DNA into categories about your diet, what you should eat, what you should avoid, how you should sleep, how many hours of sleep you need, what exercises are best for you, the frequency and consistency of exercises. We can tell you how your body handles and manages up against stress. We can tell you how to prevent certain problems. I mean, this is one of the most powerful tests on the market today. And by the way, the test we run is an 800,000 SNP global array genetic SNP test done on the Illumina technology machine. It has a 99% accuracy rating. There are other genetic profile tests that are on the market. Some of them are charging you $800 to $900 to run a test that measures 5 SNPs, maybe 10. And they don't give you sustainable action steps. We're measuring 800,000 SNPs. And by the way, this is an autonomous test where we protect your data. It's all decentralized. That's the power of the blockchain and everything that we're doing. I mean, this is a true game changer for folks. So I will tell you that this is the start to understanding self-care. The second thing I want you to understand is something called cell signaling technology. This is truly the key to rejuvenation of the body. We all know that vitamins, minerals, and nutrients are so important for the body, right? We have to eat well to fuel our system. But the analogy I want to give you is that the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients are really nothing more than the basic fundamental building blocks of your body. It's the raw materials that the workers in your body need to repair itself. Let me give you an analogy. If I was to build a house, I would need, raw materials. I need wood, glue, screws, shingles, all those things to build my house. But I would also need someone to build that. I need worker bees to build it. Well, those workers in the body, those contractors, if you will, are known as cell signaling workers. And there are multiple types of those. There are enzymes, there are peptides, which we're going to talk about today. There are bacteria, which we'll talk about. There are stem cells and exosomes, and there are hormones. These are chemicals that our bodies produce, and they go to our cells and wake them up and tell them to grab the raw materials and put it to work. But you have to understand those workers have to be able to read the DNA, the blueprint of the body. And you need to be able to take the right action steps so that your workers can wake the cells up and they can take the raw materials and help heal your body. And did you know that when we get over the age of 30, we lose 90% of our body's ability to produce those cell signaling capabilities? Our hormone function goes down, our peptide function goes down, our enzyme function goes down, and our gut bacteria gets messed up, and our hormones get out of whack. So we have a very unique piece of proprietary technology that we refer to as cell signaling formula. We've put together a revolutionary, groundbreaking formula that combines peptides and essential nutrients targeting the mental and physical well-being and the cells in our body. This truly is a cell signaling formula. And by the way, we're able to use a patented global technology that is called phytomicroencapsulation that allows the payload of the peptide to get past the stomach gastric acid into the small intestine, where it has a 99% survivability rate. If we can get the peptides into the small intestine, we can get it into the bloodstream. And we use a tripeptide formula of different types of peptides that signal different cells to go to work. We have peptides that help with cognitive function and memory and focus, neuroprotective, stress reducing peptides. We have peptides that enhance growth hormone and cardiovascular function. It helps improve muscle strength and muscle mass. We have peptides that have been clinically proven to improve cellular healing and reduce inflammation. We have a proprietary blend of methylated B vitamins that are essential because over 75 to 80% of the population has a genetic imbalance called MTHFR. This helps overcome those problems. This proprietary blend of nutrients has been shown to improve mental health and energy, enhance mood and stress management, help people recover and heal quicker. It helps with heart health and blood flow. It's effective in managing methylation and detoxification. It helps with digestion and reduces cellular inflammation, which almost every physician on the planet is going to tell you is the root cause of all symptoms, illness, and disease on the planet. This by itself is a solution that's a game changer. This will wake up the cells and tell them to go back to work. I told you that once we get over the age of 30, we lose 90% function of our body's ability to wake the cells up. Now, with this revolutionary technology and our proprietary patented delivery system, allows those peptides to get past the stomach, into the small intestine, into the bloodstream. That is huge. Huge. When I showed this to the physicians and the scientists that were with us over the last few events that we've done, their minds have been blown. Peptides are huge, but most people have to inject those peptides and they can be really expensive. Some people are spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a month on peptides alone, and they don't have all of the benefits of this formula in it. That's number one. The second thing I want to talk to you about that is a differentiator, that is a massive game changer in the world of improving cell signaling function, is improving something called the microbiome. Look, this is the number one overlooked component to improve total health. You have got to have healthy bacteria. And I will tell you that the vast majority of the global population, according to the data, does not have this. In fact, 95% of the population, especially those that are eating what's known as a Western diet or a standard American diet, does not have a diverse background in their GI tract, which leads to a condition called dysbiosis, or we refer to it as leaky gut. If you have leaky gut, you have leaky brain, because 90% of all the neurotransmitters that are made in the GI tract go to the brain. They tell the brain to be happy, to be balanced, to be satisfied. Dopamine and serotonin all start in the gut. So if you have a leaky gut, you have a leaky brain. If you have a leaky gut, you have leaky blood. What do I mean by that? Your blood is getting leaked into it, inflammation and inflammatory toxins that can lead to sepsis and other problems, which can cause autoimmune issues and much more. Leaky gut has been known to cause anxiety, depression, insomnia, sore, stiff joints, headaches, migraines, fatigue, autoimmune issues, and every type of GI problems you can think of, from irritable bowel disease to irritable bowel syndrome and everything in between. Folks, leaky gut is the pandemic that's been affecting mankind and plaguing us for a long time. And if you eat the standard American diet, if you have stress in your life, or if you have had antibiotic use recently, which the average person has at least 2 to 3 antibiotics per year, and one dose of an antibiotic can disrupt the normal healthy bacteria in the gut by up to 12 to 18 months, your bacteria is out of whack. And when it's out of balance, you need some serious help. Most people understand or have heard about something called probiotics before. And I'm a huge fan of probiotics, but I will tell you that the majority of people who have who take probiotics every day, they don't absorb properly. In fact, most of the people that take probiotics, they're cultured probiotics. They're not spore-based bacteria, which is what we use. And the cultured bacteria typically isn't even alive once it gets from the capsule into your body. And most of the probiotics cannot survive the stomach acid. So we are using our patented global phytomicroencapsulation technology, which improves the survivability of those bacteria, gets them past the stomach into the small intestine, where they can cultivate, and they can repopulate the healthy bacterial DNA that your body's supposed to have. And I will tell you that this comprehensive blend of bacteria and fungi are the same bacteria and fungi that are deficient globally in industrialized civilizations. We did extensive studies and looked at the areas of the world called blue zones. These are the areas of the world where people live a happy, healthy, long life up into their hundreds. And one of the big things that was found in the longevity studies were these individuals, not only were they part of a community, they ate real food, they exercised, they slept well, but they had healthy bacteria in their gut. So this proprietary blend of master microbiotics uses the phytomicroencapsulation, gets this past the stomach into the small intestine, and we've done studies of before and after fecal matters and cultured it, so we know that these bacteria not only survive the gut, get into the intestines, but they culture and do their work. That puts us in like the 1% or less range of what's going on with bacteria globally. And the health benefits of this are amazing. We're seeing people skin clear up. We're seeing energy improve. We're seeing weight loss happening, all those things, because when the bacteria is balanced, the body can do what it's supposed to do. And the benefits are, this is the key to healing leaky gut. It's the key to cellular health. It's the key to healthy organs, and it helps with nutritional absorption, which is a major issue. So many people's energy is low globally now. And the two reasons why it's low is, number one, their cells aren't being signaled. And number two, they don't have the right bacteria in the gut to take the foods we eat and turn it into nutrients. So in our phase 1, we are releasing the DNA test. We're doing the cell signaling technology and the master microbiotics. That by itself, if we just stop there, folks, we could change the lives of hundreds of millions of people across the planet. But in our phase 2 that we're going to be launching, we're launching phase 2, which is our global event March 1st in Dubai. You're going to see a peptide-driven solutions for wellness problems that are happening globally. We have formulas for detox, for anti-aging, for sleep, for brain balance, for everything from metabolic reset to hormone reset to weight loss. We have those formulas. We have vitality formulas for men and women to improve their energy and to help with sexual performance. We have energy, focus, mood, and memory formula. We have muscle growth formulas, stress relieving formulas, and a cosmetic line to rejuvenate your skin and your hair. That's all going to be coming in phase 2. This is a healthcare delivery system that has so many legs to it, it's not even funny. We are also starting now, and we talked about this in Las Vegas, and we're literally starting now with our Biolimitless centers of excellence. Could you imagine going to a center where it's all about helping you get to the root cause of your problem, a place where you go and it's not a clinic atmosphere, it's a vibrant atmosphere that you can go to help prevent and mitigate symptoms and sickness and disease, and you can go and find the root cause of the problems when you have it. Our goal is to open up, we originally said 200 Biolimitless centers globally across the globe in the next 3 years. But I'm telling you, now that we've said that and we've shared this with the world, 2,000 is absolutely what we're going to be doing, because we need these in every major metropolitan city globally so that people can have a place to go to get true health, where it's all about truth, trust, and transparency. Our members can contribute to this as well. We have a massive, amazing crowdfunding play that plays a part in this. This is something that is an absolute game changer in the world of health and wellness. And imagine, the biggest frustration that I've had over the last 20 years of being in practice is people will come and see me or other physicians like myself that focus on cellular and genetic health. But then when they leave that practitioner, they don't have anywhere to go locally. Could you imagine Biolimitless centers of excellence all across the globe that are driven by the people, of the people, and for the people, and where people can come from all ages to get to the root cause of their problems, where people are respected and taken care of with true love and true certainty? These Biolimitless centers of excellence are absolutely ridiculous. And when you see what happens in these, you see the results that people get, I can promise you'll be just like everyone else we talk to. You not only want to participate with this, but you want to have one of these centers in your region of the world as well, where we bring the most advanced technologies, the most advanced therapies, and the best customer service on the market together. Folks, Biolimitless truly is an absolute revolutionary game changer. And I'll tell you that what we're doing, what we're bringing to the marketplace, is something that's never been done before. We're all about precision therapeutics, precision treatments that are for the individual. Look, I'll tell you, the genetic profiling test that we've done, it has changed the lives already of tens of thousands of patients. I've been doing genetic testing now for almost 2 decades in my practice. And I'll tell you, it's so powerful to be able to, with precision, tell someone exactly what they should eat, what supplements they should take, and so much more. Folks, I'll tell you this. I'll give you an example. My wife is a twin. and her identical twin sister, they both had the genetic profile test done, and they have the same DNA, right? No, they don't. They have different genetic expressions. And I'll tell you, once you find out the root cause of your problems and you can find out what you should do to help with that, the lifestyle changes are so powerful. I need you to understand that you can't out supplement a poor lifestyle. I had a woman I was speaking to just recently about her health, and she said to me, she goes, Dr. Eric, I need your help. I feel like junk. I don't feel well. And the first thing I said to her was, well, if you don't feel well, if you feel like junk, are you eating like junk? She said, yes. Are you sleeping like junk? And she said, yes. Are you breathing like junk? And she said, yes. And all the questions I asked, are you living, eating, sleeping, breathing, thinking well? Her answer was no. And the reality of it is if you act like junk and you eat like junk, you're going to feel like junk. And this woman, we were able to run a genetic profile on her, and we found out that she was eating foods that were causing her to be inflamed. I had another person that I take care of that's a autoimmune type patient. And this woman has been trying to eat well, eat healthy, be balanced for a long time. And the reality of it was she's eating foods that are clean, but they weren't foods that were good for her. She was eating a lot of chicken. She was eating a lot of grass-fed beef. She was eating a lot of kale. She was eating a lot of spinach. And turns out that she was symptomatic and allergic to what's called oxalates. So once we pulled her off of the grass-fed beef, once we pulled her off of the spinach, once we pulled her off of the kale, guess what? Her symptoms went away. And let me tell you how empowering it is. I just had a conversation earlier today with a 16-year-old little young girl who has been having a lot of acne and digestive issues. And we found out that her body has certain sensitivities to certain nutrients. And once we found out exactly what nutrients to put her on and what food she should eat and how to change her exercise, once she had that sense of certainty about what she was supposed to do, you could see her face totally change. And you can have this opportunity as well. So understand that Biolimitless is here as a parallel healthcare system, a system that is here to challenge the status quo, a system that's going to help. Look, these problems, I was just talking about this earlier today. We're seeing fertility rates drop higher than we've ever seen. We're seeing chronic illness reach epidemic proportions. Listen to this. Approximately 60% of all adults, 60% of all adults have at least one chronic illness. And 40% of all adults have two chronic illnesses. I mean, this is a great example of the system that has failed us. But if you can understand how you should eat, how you should sleep, how you can take care of yourself, that doesn't have to be you. You don't have to participate in this. We're seeing a rise in autoimmune conditions. Listen to this. We're seeing an annual increase in autoimmune over the past 3 decades by 5 to 10% increase every year of autoimmune disease. These are things like rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, MS, and type 1 diabetes. And yes, there are environmental factors, lifestyle issues, but it's genetics that are playing a role in this. And not just the genes that you're thinking of, but genes that if you change your lifestyle, you don't have to express. You know, in the genetic world, we always say that, your genes load your gun, but your lifestyle pulls the trigger. And look at this. Cancer continues to be the leading cause of death globally, except for in America, where it's heart disease. But globally, the leading cause of death is cancer, which listen to this. They're saying by the year 2040, that the global cancer burden is expected to increase by 50%. By 50%. That's an estimated 29.5 million new cases per year of cancer by the year 2040. Folks, there are things that we can do now to make changes with that. You've heard me say many times that life is all about cycles, right? We get to see these ebbs and flows of civilizations and trends and economies, and all these things are all in cycles. Where we're seeing right now a collapse and a crash of our current healthcare system. The proof is in the pudding. Anyone who thinks this system is based off of health or care is delusional. And so what's beautiful and what's amazing about what it is that we're doing together in Biolimitless is we're now at that bottom of that curve, and we together not only get to see this beautiful age of enlightenment come up, but we get to be a leading force in it. We together get to be the ones that educate, inspire, and motivate the world on how they can get their health back, and how they can get their wealth back, and how they can get their peace and their joy back. Folks, it's been said that knowledge is powerful, and it is. The knowledge of your DNA, the knowledge of what you should eat and how you should sleep and how you should exercise, that knowledge is powerful. But the wisdom is the key. The wisdom is taking that knowledge and applying it to your life. And so Biolimitless gives individuals the opportunities to express that knowledge and express that wisdom. And I will tell you that I'm humbled and honored to be a huge part of this. This is not about me. It's about we, the people, working together. A healthcare delivery system that is so convenient and accessible that you can access through the convenience of your own phone or your computer. Or if you're a healthcare practitioner, if you have a brick and mortar facility already, or if you're a telehealth practitioner, we have projects and programs for you. But I know that many of you are excited also about the Biolimitless Centers of Excellence. You guys heard Dr. CJ speak from the stage in Las Vegas, and he talked about imagining a world where you've got the most advanced technologies that are focusing on cellular and genetic healing, the true root causes of your health problems, and not focusing on managing symptoms and disease, but getting after the root cause of the problem. Folks, that's what Biolimitless is all about. So I know you're excited. I'm excited. We're all so excited about what's happening here. And there's a need for a new approach. There's a need to get back to the basics. And that's what Biolimitless is doing, where the Biolimitless philosophy comes in, and it's a return to the basic fundamentals of natural processes. And I will tell you that there's a global movement of physicians who are ready, willing, and able to get involved. Literally hundreds of thousands of disenfranchised healthcare practitioners are now looking for a home and finding Biolimitless as that opportunity for them. All day long, I'm talking to healthcare practitioners and leaders of healthcare organizations, whether they're telehealth practitioners or they're global health leaders of health and wellness or industry that's out there, and they all want to participate in what we're doing. So it's just so exciting what we're all about. And I know that we need to focus as a society on preventative care, on personalized health strategies, and empowering individuals to take control back from their health. And we need to help understand and give people protocols of knowledge when it comes to physical well-being, chemical well-being, and emotional well-being. Imagine if you had the ability through your own phone on an app that you had that could tell you everything that you wanted to know about you, about action steps that you could take for yourself. I'm going to tell you that every man, woman, and child should have the DNA, the Biolimitless DNA Discovery Kit. It's phenomenal, the results that we can have. And I'll just tell you this, the statistics I shared with you earlier that we've discussed, they're not just numbers. They represent real lives of real people. Real lives of real people's lives that have been destroyed because, number one, of lack of knowledge and lack of access to a system that can truly help them. What if I told you that there was a more affordable, convenient, and effective way to get to the root cause of your problem? What if I told you that you didn't have to just manage your symptoms and disease anymore? What if I told you that through proper lifestyle changes, proper nutritional supplementation, proper food, exercise, diet, and sleeping, that you could have the life that you want? Folks, you can't tell me it's not possible. We've already helped hundreds of thousands of people globally over the last 20 years with projects like this, with helping people get to the absolute root cause of their problem. So I know that you're excited, and I'm excited about what Biolimitless can bring to the table. And it really, truly is self-care reimagined. Jeremy, this is so exciting. I know I see everybody commenting. It's amazing the response that we're getting from folks globally on this. So what do you think, brother?
Brother, I'm so blown away every time I hear this. And we've been having these conversations for well over a year now,
Yeah.
but it's come to fruition. We get to bring this to the world, man. And this is incredible. You know, we're going to be launching the crowdfund model for the Biolimitless Centers of Excellence in the next couple of weeks. And right now, people have this amazing opportunity to get the DNA test, to get these two foundational products. And man, I love what you said, what you've been saying, that it's the survivability And that's really the technology that we have, right? Like there's so many products out there, but it's not just what goes in, it's what goes through, right? It's
Yeah.
not what just goes into the mouth, but what goes into the body that matters. And the formula and the proprietary technology behind this delivery mechanism, it's a true game changer. Guys, if you haven't watched the documentary on Netflix about gut health, it's incredible. It's so incredible. And Dr. Ari, one of the biggest epidemics in our world today is mental health,
Yeah.
from everything from fatigue and low energy to depression to anxiety to these types of things. And it's been proven, not in all individuals, there's different causes of different things, but it's been proven that gut health in most cases is the number one factor. And one of the things they did that blew my mind on this Netflix documentary, and it's kind of weird to talk about it, but you mentioned it before, the fecal transplants,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
One of the ways that you can fix your bacteria is to do a fecal transplant. You can, you get rid of, you can, get rid of yours and put someone else's fecal matter into your body with healthy bacteria. And that's a solution. Well, here's what was incredible. There was a story that they were sharing of someone who was dealing with chronic depression, and they did a fecal transplant with someone that had healthy gut bacteria, and after years and years of battling depression, it went away. But here's the part that freaked me out. They reversed the experiment and they took people who did not have depression, and they did a fecal transplant, and they put bad bacteria into their body from people who had depression. And the people who never had mental health issues out of nowhere started to struggle with depression. And there's several examples of this that they give, but it's such a validation that, the neurotransmitters, there's more neurotransmitters contained in the gut than in the brain. The brain gut connection is real. So just this one epidemic alone in our, and I say that because it's personal for me, right? Dealing with my gut health helped me overcome depression, helped me overcome fatigue. And this is just one example of being able to help heal and touch the world in such a powerful, powerful way. We were going to talk about the rewards plan on these calls, but Dr. Eric, I got to tell you that there's no point getting excited about how much money we can make by sharing this with the world until we really get excited about what it is that we're sharing with the world. And I've been in this industry a long, long time, man. And, at this event we had in Vegas, we had some of the top 7 and 8 figure income earners from this industry at the event with us in Las Vegas. And I can tell you that the fire is back in people's lives to say we get to be a part of a revolution again, a crusade, a movement that really makes a difference in people's lives. And it's not just about the money that we're going to make in the peer-to-peer side of this. And guys, it is disruptive. I got to at least say this. We've launched the world's first ever peer-to-peer ecosystem with physical products on the blockchain. This is a 100% blockchain-based smart contract. And yes, there's a learning curve for a lot of people. They got to learn how to buy USDT and learn how to use a decentralized wallet. But guys, that's a 5 to 10 minute learning curve that will open the door to a whole new world of what's possible in decentralized finance and in transparency. I've been a part of companies where genealogies were moved around, where people would join 3 years after you did and somehow magically end up in your upline. And you'd have, I've got so many friends of mine who've lost checks in their company. Literally, companies just decided, we're not paying you anymore for the business that you built. And we said, what if we could decentralize this entire model where the genealogy is permanent on the blockchain, where we couldn't kick someone out of the deal even if we wanted to. We couldn't do backdoor deals. We couldn't not pay the compensation plan because it's all done instantly and transparently on the blockchain. And it's revolutionary. It's disruptive. And we'll have another call to go into those details. We've launched the world's first ever breakage bonus pool, which means 100% of the comp plan, a 45% payout from every dollar that comes in, is guaranteed to pay out to the community. That's never been done before in any project. And so we're pioneering a disruptive breakthrough model in the self-care healthcare world. Guys, just the crowdfunding component alone, just think about this. Community owned, community backed, by the people, for the people. Not only does 50% of all of the profit from the clinics go back to the crowdfunders, but guys, there's also a residual component that we're launching that pays out to the community. We're going to create a global movement together, that like something that's never been seen before. And we're disrupting multiple industries. We're disrupting the peer-to-peer economy. We're disrupting the healthcare and self-care industry at a whole nother level. And you get the opportunity to be on the very, very front line of this. And so we announced the official soft launch on Saturday in Las Vegas. The official launch of this project is March 1st, 2025. That's when we say we are fully launched, fully here to take over the world. That's also when we'll be launching our first Biolimitless Centers of Excellence. And you want to be there with us in Dubai. You can go to limitless2025.com right now. You can get your early bird tickets. They're available till the end of this month at limitless2025.com. But Dr. Eric, what you've put together, and I know you say it all the time, it's not just you, there's a whole team and a whole world of doctors and physicians that are thinking and moving in this direction. But what we're doing right now, what you've put together to bring this to the masses, to bring this to the world, to go out and scale this type of business model, this type of health model. Brother, I'm so honored to be a part of this, so honored to be your friend. And I got to tell you, every person in this community that understands what we're doing next is saying the same thing. This is the most important project that we've ever been a part of. Yes, it's going to be the biggest financial win for many people's lives. That part is truly exciting. We'll have another call about that. But brother, thank you for letting us be a part of this movement with you.
Well, all I got to say is I'm humbled and honored to be a part of this. And look, the world is so frustrated right now with where we're at, right? And Einstein said it beautifully. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing again and again and again, expecting a different result. We got to stop the insanity. There are better solutions. There are better opportunities, and they've existed. The problem is that we've just been playing too small for too long. We now, the global community, have an opportunity to take back health, to take back wealth, to understand that we truly deserve peace and prosperity, and we can do this together. Man, I have goosebumps talking about this because I know what's possible. And you're right,
Amen.
it is a learning curve, man. We're creating a new culture, new conversations, new ways of doing things. And by the way, Jeremy, I said this earlier today, there's two kinds of pain in the world, right? You got the pain of the same and the pain of the change. So you can either have the pain that's always beating you down, that your life is tough, that you feel like crap, you have generational sicknesses and disease on your family and your life, or you can have the pain of the change. The pain of the change is saying, no more. I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready to do whatever it takes. I'm ready to run through that door at no problem to me, because I know what's on the other side of that door is beautiful and great. And Jeremy, I know we have enough leaders in this global community to go right through those doors and to make the rest of our life the best of our life. So just as humbled and honored as you are to do this with me, I'm as humbled and honored to do this with this global community. So let's make the best happen, brother, because the best is yet to come.
Brother, let's rock and roll. Love you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, we look forward to seeing everybody soon, and let's rock and roll. I guess we should say this. The first payout is going to be on September the 1st. The smart contracts are coded to release. So anyone who activates, who purchases the product, you are officially a member of the community, and you have an opportunity to take advantage of the first payouts on September 1st. So get with the person who invited you here today. Let's rock and roll. Dr. Eric, appreciate you, brother. We'll talk soon.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.
I guess.